When you get a lawyer, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't no good lawyer to get out here unless you know somebody who knows a lawyer. And the lawyer don't want to burn bridges with the big fish by doing you wrong. That's the only way you can get a real lawyer. People be like, man, you gotta go get a lawyer. You can't just go get no lawyer. Lawyers hustle the system. The system is hustled by lawyers. Everybody takes advantage of citizens with jobs. If you're a citizen with a job, you're going to get ran over by the system. Now, if you have money, they have lawyers out here who find ways to still get you because they're high-priced lawyers, but they know how to use the system as a way to set you up where you owe somebody something.
Right.
You'll see. I hope nobody out there gets in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I hope you don't never be jammed up. But most of the time, you get jammed up over a brawl. I'm talking about law-abiding citizens, male law-abiding citizens. I know men who go to work every day, but why he's in court? Oh, I had a fight with him in his house. Now he can't go back to his house.
Man.
I know people who have never been in trouble with the law, except now in court.
Catch the lake of fire for grabbing books up off the shelf. Hey, I need to expand my mind. Wait, no, you don't have that time. I was lost, but now I find ways to take this pain away. I raise my hand in the sky. I want the crop, but now I'm strong. Hypocrisy, no pop, you see. Without the Lord, I'd be up on a brighter day. Daytona, get out my way, I'm coming through. Are you ready? Wake up, don't let this work keep you confused. Cause I'm ready, won't get worried. Stop up on commissary. Focus buried, I be staring, looking like a cemetery. Question what I was told, lies exposed, still I grow. So many foes, praying for woes alone and stand. Cause I know that I'm ready, won't get worried.
Also your child. But if you don't respect me enough to where you need me to sign with my rights just so you can have control over it, you got it. You have control over it.
That's not. But then you would still have to wait for me to give those back to you. It's the same thing.
No, I don't need to wait on my child. I don't need to wait on my child. I don't. I don't. If you feel that I need to wait on knowing if a child is mine, that to me is not the same. And I understand. I respect you. I respect your wishes. And, you know, I will remove myself. Just oh, no. Hey, I'm not respected. Like all of that other stuff.
This is in your head. Like, what do you mean you're not respected?
Come on, man.
A few moments later.
Help me out with that. What can I do knowing if that's my son or not?
I don't know if that's true or not.
Hey,
Are you talking back with me or not? Do you love me or do you not? Because this form metaphors, I don't know.
Cool. No, I'm learning how to love myself now. And that's the thing that I haven't been doing. Like, yo, if you can't understand that,
I think you've loved yourself enough.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. Blame me. I take it all. Everything you say, I'm okay with that.
I blame myself right now because I believed everything you just said.
Yeah, you believe that I lied, right? I lied. I did something bad, right? I did something bad, right?
A few moments later.
I want it to be like, yes, if you choose, like, hey, I want to go pick him up. Hey, can I go pick him up?
There's an order. That's been ordered. Like, you got your days.
Okay, then you have your orders. But if there's a day, like you just said, you want to be a father. A father is every day. It's not when you have your days and when I have my days.
I understand that, but hey, clearly that we can't do that right now because we got to go to court to get me to where I get the same amount of time when I'm well more, if not more, qualified to raise my child than you are.
I can't even talk to you through the app without getting into an argument.
You how come? I'm not arguing with you.
Because you take offense to everything I say.
Don't say nothing to me now, other than what we're talking about now. If you ask something about it, I've already told you. If nothing major come up, he's good. Like, you don't have to ask me, did he eat?
A few moments later.
You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Have a seat. Tell me your name. All right, thank you. Sir.
A few moments later.
In your messages on Talking Parents, it seems you're constantly trying to diffuse conflict and seek cooperation.
Yes.
In your messages on Talking Parents, it seems you're constantly trying to diffuse conflict and seek cooperation.
Yes.
I can't even talk to you through the app without getting into an argument.
How come? I'm not arguing with you.
Because you take offense to everything I say.
Don't say nothing to me now, other than what we're talking about now. If you ask somebody, I've already told you. If nothing major come up, he's good. Like, you don't have to ask me, did he eat?
A few moments later.
I'm not gonna be able
Prior
to do
to
that.
court, if we can reach an agreement, I am willing to work with what you say. But I also need you to be open-minded and be willing to hear what I have to say about stuff.
Like what?
Just about everything.
Like we done sat here and talked. It's
I
like,
know,
yo,
but it's look how you've been this whole time.
Like, yo, like,
I
you
can
sitting
accept
up
my
there-
truths.
No,
I
like,
can
listen to
accept.
what
You
you're
asked
doing.
me,
Like,
"Hey, you're
yo.
married?" Yes.
A few moments later.
How do you expect me to
Because you're
enjoy
sitting up
being in a
there-
relationship with you?
Hey, you could have walked away then if that was the case. If that
What
bad,
doing?
you didn't.
What
I
did I
had
end
to
up
walk
doing?
away. I had to walk away. Like, you had to lie about this.
And I'm glad you did.
I know you are.
High five.
No, like,
Because if
yo.
you would have never did it,
High
I
five.
wouldn't have the balls
No,
to do it.
I'm glad I did because
Because you're right. I was so stuck and so I cared about you to the point where I was like, you know what? He's gonna change. He's gonna change.
Yeah.
We can fix it. We can fix it. He's gonna change. He's gonna change. And that's what I held on to.
Yeah.
So you're right. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you.
That's what's up.
If
What
you
you
asked
doing?
me, hey,
Like,
you're
yo.
married? Yes.
A few moments later.
From October 2019 to really until September, the child remained with you and resided with you.
Yes.
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct.
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct.
Testify that temporary child support in this case is $1,263 per his FDF.
Yes.
Do you believe that that should continue?
Yes.
You also asked for child support arrears.
Yes.
Did you submit or did you file an amended schedule of child support arrears?
Yes.
And do you want the court to take a look at that for constructive child support arrears going back to 2019?
Yes.
Are you asking for attorney's fees?
Yes.
Did you file the initial motion in this case?
Yes.
Did he file a reply to a reply?
Yes.
You paid us to review that reply, right?
Yes.
Did he file his exhibits? He has another case, right?
Yes.
He has another case, right? This isn't his only court case, right?
Correct.
So did he file an appendix with all of his exhibits, or did he file each one of those exhibits separately?
Separately.
And do you know, do you recall seeing a detailed affidavit attached to his motion for contempt?
Alright, so today, if one wants to give their child what society deems as what's in their best interest, they must be prepared to pay the cost. Welcome to Peace Beyond Understanding. I'm Macro. I'm here to give a perspective and confessions of the lessons I've experienced and learned during my custody case and judicial process while focusing on the lawyer. I want to give those who take the responsibility to be the spiritual CEO for their family serious a view of what you will potentially deal with if you find yourself in a situation where your rights as a father are violated due to the lawyer refusing to acknowledge the oath that he took, where it states that he will faithfully and honestly discharge his duties of an attorney at law to the best of his abilities. I plan on showing you where this guy did injustices that we all should be aware of. For it is written,
None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. Isaiah 59:4.
back in biblical times, they were talking about and prophesying about how corrupt those dealing with the matters of justice allowed this behavior to go on. Get comfortable. I'm going to tell you about my experience in the lion den. Let's go. I thought I would ride into the sunset when it came to raising my youngest son. I had a girl who, she played a role. She played a role, and I believed it. So I'm thinking like, oh man, getting my degree, Financially, I was in a good place, and it was only the beginning. It's just that when I mentioned earlier that you must be ready to pay the cost, I'm not talking about the cost to lead a family, because like anything one invests in, they should understand that it's a financial component and you have to budget accordingly. I'm talking about when you, as the spiritual CEO of your family, see that you must relieve the woman you placed in a prestigious position of her duties as your wife, and she refused to leave in a righteous manner. It is written that 7 will cling unto 1 in the last days. So know that when it comes to a true spiritual CEO, it isn't something that you can discard and walk away like you're going to strike gold somewhere else. I've dealt with the courts in 2 custody cases and 3 opposing lawyers. I learned my lesson when working in this system, and I have the AAR of my son's mother's attorney, and I plan on showing you how he carried on when performing his judicial duties. What's truly upsetting, this was for the well-being of a child, and those in place of authority allowed him to do whatever. A total disregard to the oath and the judicial process that we must show respect to. Going off of history within the scripture, the behavior isn't anything new. I just thought with the strides we have made, these games played would be spotted, but that wasn't the case. I will touch more on this in the judge segment, so stay tuned in. In this video, I will be going over ways that the attorney was allowed to judicially violate a person. Breakdown of the tricks I noticed used to railroad someone. I would then give the perspective of the receiver of those unethical practices, and finish off with how I found peace knowing that I was violated by the judicial process that so many unknowingly place blind faith into. I've been humbled. I used to believe that when I heard the stories of fathers and how they was abandoning their children, I figured that it was all due to them not having their stuff together. I walked around with the big head thinking that my name would never be mentioned with the likes of these guys. I also grew up not knowing my father and was believing that he lined up with this narrative until I realized the type of person my mother really was. No disrespect to my lovely mother. After experiencing what I had to deal with in my custody cases, I now understand why they make the father fit the narrative of being a deadbeat. In the end, they gotta rewrite the story of Yahweh and how he expect to see things. Use discernment when viewing or listening to his story. With that being said, know that if you have to go through the judicial process with an untrustworthy woman, the outcome of you being successful is based on how deep of a hole you're willing to place yourself in. Alright, so let's start off with what should be a PSA from the lead attorney to all men who's actually looking to start a family and do it the most highest way.
Guys, most divorce attorneys will tell men not to fight for their children. Why? Because most men, if they fight for their children, will not get their children.
He's a person who could be playing the character of a veteran lawyer, but with all things, even with myself, I recommend you using your discernment and making sure that you take time to go and confirm and verify any information that is said in these videos.
There's one type of case that you can never get resolved for 15 grand. It is the most expensive type of case that a regular person is going to have. And that type of case is a custody battle. And when you talk about custody battles, those things can get easily 35, 50, 75, 115.
He touched on the reality of what men have to deal with, and he points out how custody cases aren't fair for fathers. If just for the regular man it's hard, how much more will it be for you who claim to be a spiritual CEO?
There are attorneys who will tell you, listen, pay me the $80,000, just put it all on all your credit cards, and I'm really going to try, and we're probably going to win. And what happens when you lose? They're going to look at you and say, well, we tried. We gave it a college try. Then they're going to take their 80 grand. The 80 grand you pay them, and they're going to fix their house and put their kids through a couple of semesters of college. Good attorneys don't do that. Good attorneys do the opposite. Good attorneys say, listen, what's going to happen when I start charging this 80 grand? You get up to 30 grand, and you're going to come to me and tell me, you're going to say, Lee, I ain't got no money. What I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do, Ruslan? I'm going to drop you as a client.
All right, so why I choose to speak about the lawyer first in this violation. Any up-and-coming CEO must understand that we are in this world, and fact is, most situations end like this, what the lead attorney was stating. And if you don't have any guidance on how you should be moving out here in the spiritual war, more than likely you're going to end up dealing with this bull crap. This isn't to tell you to play their game and win. It's to help you understand why you should pay attention to what Yahweh has been telling us, since society wants you comfortable, letting down your guard, because this is how the enemy will get close and destroy you from within. After seeing how I was allowed to be violated, if you still want to roll the dice and play that game that I played, go ahead. Just be ready to accept that you was presented this opportunity to make a better decision. In my origin video, which have evidence presented immediately after the first response to my request for paternity and custody for my youngest son.
File the initial motion in this case?
Yes.
All right, so, sir, you were the one that filed the motion initially. I have reviewed it. What else do I need to know?
I'm not sure.
What is it that would like me to do today as a result of the motion that you filed?
Oh, well, initially I was requesting.
It shows how my son's mother was attempting to get me to sign away my rights to be a father to my son. This was right after I found out that she was sleeping around, and she did a lot of things that just destroyed my trust, which was one of my initial mistakes, trust a man.
Absolutely knowing that you was lying to me. Tell me why New York looked run down.
I can't hear you.
Tell me why New York looked run down. So horrible. Haha, right. Did your boyfriend go with you? Did he like it? It was a girls' trip. Boyfriend? Question mark. Okay.
And what does that prove?
Just
You
what does that
lied.
prove?
You lied. Like, yo, come on, man. Like.
Lied about what?
Oh, we got a funeral that we need to go to.
I did. My cousin did die.
Okay. Hey,
And
say
I also
that.
had a girls' trip with my sister.
Okay.
It was me and her.
Okay. My dad.
And my dad. And my cousin.
But you lied to me though. Well, like, why did you lie to me?
Because
Like,
you,
All the family, like everybody left. Like, why you lie to me?
if I sit there and tell you, hey, I'm going to go to New York, well, why do you need to go? You're not close with your family.
Da-da-da-da. That's all you do is
Just talk shit.
No,
Oh,
I would
why
have
are you
cared
taking
less.
Why does to go? Why are you taking Why does to go?
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
So
Blah,
I'm
blah,
asking,
blah.
I'm asking so I can spend time with my son. Like, you trying to hold that against me? Oh, I never spent time
He's
with my
never
son.
met family in New York.
He didn't go.
He's never met family in New York.
He didn't go. He didn't go. What are you saying? You acting as if he went. Like, yo,
If he was to go,
if he wants to go, I ain't have no problem with it. I thought he was there.
that's a lie.
I thought he was there
You
the
left
whole
to
time.
California with my mom, and you said, "Where is he?" I was like, "At a farm in California." Why would you let him go?
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Tell me if that's not true.
I thought
Tell me if that conversation didn't happen between you and I.
I thought he was there when I thought the whole family was there. The issue I had was when I saw he was home and you claimed that y'all all went. And then you even told me, oh,
You didn't hear what I just said.
No.
Did you not have an issue going to California with my mom?
no. I didn't know. I didn't know what you're talking about.
I told you.
I said he's going to California with my mom. When he ended up leaving, you were like, "Where is he at?" At the farm in California.
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Okay, so
And you
me
were like,
wanting
why-
to be around.
Why would you let him go? And I'm like, "What do you mean? I told you about this."
Okay.
Well, why would you let him go to California with your mom? Because I did. What is the problem with him going to California with my mom?
Oh, we can go out 9. It's cool. Just depend on when they're going. Maybe 9. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but that's still not saying that I cheated on you.
Yeah, you was planning on seeing a dude that I ain't know about.
And you can write him.
No, I don't need to.
Keep that in the back of your mind as you continue to hear how the lawyer represented my son's mother in court, showing a disregard to the oath. So let me start off by saying that it's no malice towards those in the career field, because if someone feels that this job will allow them to take care of what's important to them, then they have the choice to do as they feel. Being that the example of the attorney that I've dealt with has all chosen to play this game where it's all about winning at any cost, the rules of the games that I'm playing doesn't allow me to operate or work in agreement with anyone willing to represent me using these tactics to get ahead.
What tactics?
Well, some of the tricks that are used by the attorney that I dealt with was perjury, false claim.
My favorite type of case in divorce cases is when I represent the woman and the man represents himself. Oh my God. Your best case, your anecdotal cases, that's my favorite case. And it's not only my favorite case, it's all attorneys' favorite case.
Because the woman has the means to pay for you as an attorney, and the man doesn't have the means to pay for you or pay a similar lawyer as you.
I'm going unopposed. I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crush you. There's no way you can't deal with AV who's in law school. Like a regular person can't go up against a law school student. And I've graduated law school, passed the bar, and been practicing for 20 years.
So
You heard the lead attorney articulate in so many words that it's not all about the truth. He stated, I would destroy him, when speaking of a person running unopposed. And here's a clip where he said that he represented someone he knew that was unfit.
There are men who don't want to spend time with their kids. There are men who don't want to pay for their kids. There are men who don't want to see their kids. I represent all these men.
which
But
can you
those-
give me a percentage if you're talking generally speaking from your
Let me
experience?
finish for a second, because this is very
Okay.
important. Because you want to talk about, all these men not doing stuff. But it's interesting that you don't talk about the other side. Maybe you don't know. Let me
I
finish.
just said that on the front end that my buddies took full custody of their kids.
And what did you say? You said that the women, they didn't use drugs
They
or
didn't
anything like that, so
use
you're
drugs.
not talking about it.
That doesn't mean they were the most competent mothers either.
If you could let me finish, maybe you could hear. You're talking about these two gentlemen that you know won custody of their kids with no attorneys, and the mother weren't on drugs or anything. That's what you said. Let me tell you something about the other side, which you don't want to talk about. There are some moms, and I know that because I've represented them. Of course, there are moms that physically abuse their kids. There are moms that abandon their kids. There are moms that neglect their kids. And so, if you have fathers, and guess what you also have? Since fathers are humans, guess what mothers are? Mothers are humans too. So you have moms. So if you have moms and you have fathers, why is it that 90% of the women have primary custody when the moms are too? This is what you need to analyze when you're looking at your numbers, guys. If you don't really practice in the space, you just look at the numbers. You have no idea what you're looking at. You're like, why is it? Why is it if men and women can be equally good or equally bad? You would think that the numbers would be more 50-50, wouldn't you? Obviously, there are moms, but why is it that 90% of the moms get primary custody?
That right there lets you know that, hey, it's not all about the truth, because if he knows that this person is unfit, why are you in court fighting against a father that you clearly see should have his children? It's all about knowing the system. Unless you're willing to drop your life savings to only get visitations.
And when you talk about custody battles, those things can get easily 35, 50, 75, 115.
You're going to have to do some in-depth studying of statutes and case laws. And that's what brings on the other issue with perjury. When you're fighting for the right to be a father and then crammed all this information that you're only going to use in this environment, you have to deal with a system that allows untruths to be spoken and not corrected, so that you're not trying to focus on proving that you should be in your child's life while also trying to disprove a lie that one can make up out of nowhere. Here's an example of the false statement tactic, claiming that the mother was being abused.
So prior to 5 months ago, when she began withholding, what was the visitation schedule like?
We were, I thought, I don't want to get into the, reason we got separated, but I was thinking.
You were together?
Yeah, we were together.
I see. So you're residing in the same residence?
No, we weren't just residing in the same residence.
Okay.
She had her family before mine.
A few moments later.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, no, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, the reason why he didn't want you to know about why they actually broke up is because it was in January when he placed his hands around my client's neck and they separated. There is no criminal matter on that, but we mentioned that in our pleading, so that's not something we're trying to sandbag him with here. But that's why he conveniently didn't want to tell the court that the parties separated.
Don't respect me enough to where you need me to sign with my rights just so you can have control over it. You got it. You have control over it.
That's not. But then you would still have to wait for me to give those back to you. It's the same thing.
No, I don't need to
The
wait
same
on my
thing.
child. I don't need to wait on my child. I don't. If you feel that I need to wait on knowing if a child is mine, that to me is not the same. And I understand. I respect you. I respect your wishes. And, I will remove myself just due to the fact that hey, I'm not respected.
I can accept my truth. I can accept. You asked me, hey, you're married? Yes. So you're right. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you.
That's what's up.
Here's a false statement of never being in a child's life.
I'm going to go back to mentioning that there's been no relationship. The only time the child has spent the night under a roof where the plaintiff is in is when my client has been there. The only relationship that the plaintiff has had with the child is when my client has been there. Outside of that, there are no messages that were produced by this guy who has produced exhibits really right after I have, or filed right after I have. He's been real quick to try and show that he's not what we are alleging that he is. But at the same time, what we would suggest is there's not one shred of evidence in anything that he produced showing that my client is systematically denied any time to him. As a matter of fact, had that been the case, he would have come into court over 3 years ago when this child was born. Instead,
A few moments later.
So between January 21 and December of 22, she was at your house most Mondays and Tuesdays and most every other weekend.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was the child with her when she was over there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else?
So that was our relationship with. And,
What was your relationship with?
It's like it was a relationship. It was like we were raising my understanding is that I was having a family with Miss. We were basically building a family to where we.
Yeah, I don't care about your relationship with the defendant. I'm trying to ask about your relationship with the child.
Yes, I was trying to show him.
What was your relationship?
I was his father.
Oh, okay.
I was his father. I was his, like, he knew me as a father. I did fatherly things with my son. And it comes to, Exhibit 8 where I wanted to show where up until, when we basically ended our relationship, I wanted to basically make it to where even though we were in our relationship that I wanted to take care of. And Exhibit 8 would show that when I was trying to do that and keep the relationship with Miss, her only issue was I didn't love her, and she basically refrained me. She blocked that chance for me to basically confirm that this was my child due to the fact that she didn't know if I cared for her.
Previously. Hey. So you're right. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you.
That's what's up.
A few moments later.
and it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct.
Here's an email that I submitted but didn't get allowed to present in court, where we were talking about buying a home and marriage. Now, another tactic that they were using was called exhaustion. Most spiritual CEOs are working, handling business, taking care of all that pertains to the home, and attempting to build that life that will bring the Most High glory. Now, you will add in there that you receive a counter motion to your motion for custody and paternity flooded with false claims that, if left unchecked, will appear in the final order. You're studying this case law and these new statutes, and now you're also having to prove the lies not to be true. You got to get all that taken care of.
You propounded discovery on interrogatories. Did he respond to any of your interrogatories?
No.
You actually propounded admissions. And, Your Honor, I'm going to submit to the court right now. I'm going to move to have these admissions admitted. There's 39 admissions. All 38 out of 39 have the same answer, which is, and I'll read it to the court, I would like to reply with either or, admit or deny. But I believe doing so is not in the best interest of and does not provide context. That's his answer to 30, not, by the way, 20. He just flat out decided not to answer 21 through 39. Those are automatically admitted. I'll get into them with him.
Has the answers been filed?
Have they? No, they have not.
Have they been marked?
Marked. I put them in as an exhibit as far as them being marked. Yes, they are in my exhibit
As?
Q, and they are marked as exhibit Q. All my discovery, all of his answers.
All right.
And even if you do that, it's not even guaranteed that you'll be able to present it, because now they can sit there and argue you, and I was only given an hour, like an hour and a half for my whole entire court case, prove that I should be a father. And you got a lawyer in here lying, and I don't know, man, it's just this is the game they play. And as a spiritual CEO, you got to be aware of this, because the choices you make is going to affect you in the end. And if you make foolish choices, unfortunately, it's not going to work out for you. Again, with the exhaustion, they can submit requests for admissions to ask you to answer yes or no questions. With these requests to admissions and all this other stuff that they're asking for, like they can just ask you for stuff which is going to exhaust you, because again, you're handling business. If you're working, you're not going to have time to do this. And if you try, you're either going to try and do it yourself to avoid paying your life savings just to get visitation. And if you do that, yo, like when are you going to get time to breathe or whatnot? Like, people die from exhaustion. And I was thankful that the Most High kept me, you know. He allowed me to understand ways to take care of my body that I will be explaining later, because all of this, it plays a factor. And I'm just thankful that I was able to get through. But again, you gotta be aware of this. The request for admission, you know, which is a bunch of questions where you answer yes or no, which they can use to take out of context.
There's 39 admissions. All 38 out of 39 have the same answer, which is, and I'll read it to the court, I would like to reply with either or, admit or deny. But I believe doing so is not in the best interest of and does not provide context. That's his answer to the 39.
My least favorite thing is you're doing all of this and you're going in there while they're trying to exhaust you, and then they attack you emotionally by withholding your child.
They said, like, because I was asking her then, like, can I spend time with my son? And she was basically saying that, you know.
She started
And
throwing
Your Honor, real quick,
accusations.
while he's testifying, can he show us where in these exhibits he's admitted that he did that?
That he did what?
Ask her.
Oh,
Can he show us in here?
Exhibit 23, yes, sir.
Exhibit 23?
Yes, sir.
And what is Exhibit 23?
Exhibit 23 are text messages between me and Miss. No, is it 23?
I don't know.
We would object, these are from 2022.
I don't know what
No,
Exhibit 23?
23.
Yeah, 23 is from 2022.
Right, I'm asking him if 23 is the right one.
No, I'm trying to figure it out.
That's fine.
Oh, can I? Oh, 28. Exhibit 28.
28?
Yes, sir.
And what is 28?
28 or when I was basically after.
What is it?
After it was
What?
text messages and
Text
emails.
messages, thank you.
After he filed his complaint, Judge.
After, yes, sir. That's
Okay.
April 28. That's when I was no longer able to see
And these are
him.
text messages between the two of you?
Yes, sir. And
And
emails.
the purpose of
between-
these is to establish that you attempted to get contact and was denied.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Mr. 28?
No objection.
28 will be admitted.
And it's also emails with me and Mr. where he basically told me that his client wasn't obligated to. But if we go to the first page in this exhibit, you see where I asked her on February 28th, I was like, what time can I come get you? And she basically said, I think it's best to wait until I speak with my lawyer.
It's April 28th, not February 28th.
That's what I said, April.
No, you said February.
Oh, I apologize, April. I apologize, it's April.
Okay.
I followed up on page 2. I basically said, would you provide me an update with the time and that I can share time I can share with you? And she basically said my lawyer should be reaching out to you. If you continue going, you will see that we kept going until she started basically telling me her concerns and all that stuff about, like she started saying that my son molested his brother and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I see where this is going. And then when I got the filing that they filed, I think it was May 17th, I saw everything that she put, and that's when she started with her concerns or whatnot. And I was like, okay, I see what this is. And I was like, okay, I have to wait until I come here, because me continuing asking her wasn't going to get us anywhere, because it was like gaslighting.
Just so you know, you have less than 40 minutes left
Okay, yes,
to
sir.
present your case, and we're not even through the filing of the motion.
Is that in there on page, this is 3 on Exhibit 28 telling,
You can do this on cross. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. And if you look at page 10 of this is after we had court on the 28th, I believe, 27th or 28th. I reached out to her lawyer, and I asked them I would like to set up a time to pick up and spend with her. And I also let him know then that I would like to pick up in public places, due to the fact that there was accusations put forth that it was domestic abuse. If you go to page 12, you will see where page 13, you will see what Mr. said on August 2nd, that his client was not under obligation to present the child at this time.
Yes, sir, you've already told me this.
Your Honor, real quick, while he's testifying, can he show us where in these exhibits he's admitted that he did that?
But he did what?
Asked her. And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct.
It's a disgusting game. Someone would say, well, there's ways to get around it. Well, I filed an order to show cause, which required SM2 to explain why she's withholding our son. And I will go into further detail with this during the judge segment, just to have the attorney state that I didn't reach out to him and work things out with him.
Calendar call on December 12th. Did these visits with Jacob resume? Because your lawyer actually talked to him and explained what the talk and see was?
Yes.
And prior to actually getting the motion for contempt, which was filed 4 days after you propounded discovery on him, did he ever reach out to your lawyer with the 5.501 to ask about transportation?
No.
No.
Come on, man. Like I stated earlier, you can't work with people who's willing to play these games. And again, it's going to be held against you. So, like, me not reaching out to a person that I see committing perjuries and trying to exhaust me and all that stuff, person that's already causing confusion, and trying to work with them, that should show you that, hey, this is the game that we're playing. So why would I go to him with my hands out like, hey, please help me? No, that's not, like, you should file an order to show cause. And when I did that, the judge, and it's a lot, and this will cause headache, major headaches, migraines and all that stuff. But the alternative is to pay for an attorney, which, again, you heard what the lead attorney said, how much it will cost, along with the chance of you winning the opportunity to pay for her attorney as well.
Are you asking for attorney's fees?
Yes.
Again, like, this isn't the environment that you're in, so you don't understand. Like, if you go in there and you get emotional, like, if the judge feel like it, just I'm telling you was seeing the judge, where he was just being oblivious to the lies. I'm thinking, like, well, he's not saying nothing, so let's hope that he but he got to sign off on the final order. And in that final order, it had all this stuff that they were claiming in there and had nothing that I was showing in. I'm like, okay, so you signed off on this. So, like, it was even a situation where he asked, man, just stay tuned for the judge segment. Again, we're dealing with a system that, being a spiritual CEO, it's not meant for you to win. There's ways to handle things before we get to this, and we need to understand why what is written is written. Another tactic is the intimidation. Don't get me wrong, the lead attorney stated that going at it alone is foolish, but you gotta have faith, man. You gotta trust yourself. If you made the mistakes initially to connect with a woman that God wouldn't approve of. Because I had my ex-wife situation and I learned from that, so I was like, okay, let me be more intentional. So showing up and proving everything they were saying wouldn't be an issue, right? I was wrong. The thing is the judge is the lawyer, and attorneys are able to speak how the judge prefer and are given the opportunity to speak and frame things that appear to fit a certain narrative. And seeing that is what he was trying to go in there as, I understood that we weren't friends. One day he tried to play cool after one of the hearings we had for discovery. It reminded me of when I used to play basketball for my squadron basketball team. I played the 5, and I knew that if the opposing big man thought that we were cool, he would be caught off guard once I caught the ball and made the move to go through him, which would account for barbecue chicken all night. I recognized this tactic. I let the attorney know that all I needed at that point was the binder with the exhibits that he was going to present at the evidentiary hearing, and I ended it at that. He wasn't pleased that I saw the play and tried to get loud and demand that I leave the courthouse, the building, to look like he had it all under control to his client. I laughed at the attempt and I attempted to fist bump him to let him know that there was nothing shaking on my end. Seeing that I had to wait because he arranged for someone from his firm to deliver it, I started the voice recorder on my watch in case something else popped off, because the dude has shown himself to be untrustworthy and I wanted to cover myself. Listen, as you can hear what happened once the runner from the firm arrived.
Yeah, right here. You don't need to go right now. You don't need right before you went. Right here. Turn left. Just a change. See you soon, pal. Yeah. Get a good read. You're going to need it.
Steam shaking. Steam shaking. I'm pro se, baby. You got the years. You got the years. Come on.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
And you be talking to me and I don't do it.
This is exactly.
You right.
This is what I do. Watch your step.
I am.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
This is you.
Calm down.
This is what you got representing you.
Don't do that. Jesus
Come on.
Christ.
This is what you got representing you.
Jesus, he fired up.
Yeah, he's
Jesus Christ.
just a pro se. Pro se. A pro se. Come on, man. You're a clown. Come on. You talking down. I love it.
He told me good luck because I'm going to need it. Again, I'm a competitor, so I understand trash talk. But this wasn't a basketball game or some football game. This was my son's life. Seeing that he was rattled because why does veteran attorney have to try and intimidate a father representing himself? I pointed out to his client, SM2, how clownish her attorney behavior was. The disgusting part is how he attempted to flip it in court as if I was the one out of order and he was the victim.
Tell me as a result of those questions.
No, sir.
All right, then have a seat. Any other witnesses that you need to call today, sir?
I would like to call.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat and we'll bring her up. And just so you know, you have 27 minutes left, including your closing argument. Ma'am, come on up. Remain standing when you get to the table and raise your right hand.
Actually, Your Honor, I hate to do this. I'd like to recall him for a second. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'd like to recall him. I have one more question for him.
Come on up, sir.
Actually, maybe 2 or 3 with the court's indulgence.
Have a seat. You're still under oath.
You testified that you've been harassed constantly, correct?
Yes, sir.
Outside of this court, after the last hearing, when we were waiting to exchange books, did you call counsel a clown?
Yes, sir.
You did. Did you approach counsel out and try to knuckle fist counsel after you called counsel a clown?
Yes.
Nothing further.
I'm sorry, you did what?
No, Your Honor. What he's doing is, like, when we stepped out there, he basically was trying to talk to me. I was like, I just need to.
No, that was what I asked him.
Hold on.
Hold on. I just,
No,
what did you do? The knuckle thing I didn't understand.
No, like, he was talking, and I did that. I was like, good stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Any other questions, Mr.?
Nope, not right now. I'll get him back when I have.
Anything else you need to indicate as a result of that?
Oh, no. Like, basically, I have the.
So, yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. He basically was, trying to intimidate me, and he said that I called him a clown, but he called me a fool, and I also have it recorded. So I don't want to waste time on that, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
We can waste some of that, Your Honor. We can ask him. Did you approach counsel and call counsel a clown, right? You initiated that conversation.
No, I did.
Let the record reflect his answer.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayfield. All right, ma'am.
I'm telling you, it's disgusting. The takeaway from this is understanding why it is written.
A soft answer turns away wrath. A grievous word stirs up anger.
The life we live is spiritual, first and foremost. If I would have spoken with no malice, because me calling him a clown, I'm not gonna lie, like, even though I do think it was clownish behavior, I shouldn't attack that spirit, because that's what caused them to go in court and lie even further and gave him more ammunition. And that's something I could have avoided, and it sucks, but glory goes to the Most High, because it did allow me to show you all another reason you need to carry yourself in a righteous manner. Was this the determining factor for me not being able to have the rights to father my child? I don't know what allowed the judge to sign them orders, but I will confirm that the final order only allowed me 80 hours in a month to be in my youngest son's life. I was in his life like every day, and you take that away and only give me 80 hours.
Because you're right. I was so stuck and I cared about you to the point where I was like, you know what? He's gonna change. He's gonna change. We can fix it. We can fix it. He's gonna change. He's gonna change. And that's what I held on to. So you're right. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you.
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct. Prior to court, if we can reach an agreement, I am willing to work with what you say, but I also need you to be open-minded and be willing to hear what I have to say about stuff.
Like what?
Just about everything.
Like we done sat here and talk. It's
I
like,
know, but it's look how you've been this whole time.
Like,
I can accept my truths. I can accept. You asked me, hey, you're married? Yeah.
Like, once I saw what I was dealing with, I was like, oh, let me separate myself now, because this isn't, lining up with what I thought we were doing.
I don't want to get into the reason we got separated, but I was thinking
You were together?
Yeah, we were together.
A few moments later.
Are they in here?
No, they're not in there.
Thanks. Next.
Sir.
You also indicated that you lived together from February 2020 to December 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So why in March 2020, per your Exhibit 7, are you asking her about paternity? You said she lived with you with the kid, right?
Let him answer the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why are you asking her about paternity
Because
1 year into your relationship?
No, we were talking like she went at my house.
I read your message here. You asked her about paternity in your Exhibit 7 in March 2020.
Are you going to let me speak?
Yes, please.
Okay. So she was staying over. Let's say that she was staying over from February till she would still go to her sister house and her mom's house and from wherever I thought she was staying. But when we would still text, and she sent me a picture of when she was away from me, and I told her, hey, we need to get paternity.
So the question, sir, that you still haven't answered is, if you're residing together beginning in February, why did you ask about paternity in March?
No, it was like...
You didn't ask about paternity in March?
No, I did ask for paternity.
The question is why, and you haven't answered that.
Why? Because I wanted to give him my benefits. Like, I wanted to put him on my benefits.
That's an answer.
A few moments later.
And you continued to live with the child until December, right, of 2020? And you didn't check paternity at that point, right?
She asked me.
Yes or no? Did you check paternity at that point?
No, sir.
Okay.
And so you also just testified that you were blocked after the child was born because of the paternity issue, correct?
I didn't say that.
Actually, you said that you were blocked because you were asking for paternity, and she wouldn't give you paternity, so she blocked you. You said that happened in 2000.
She blocked me from getting paternity. She asked me to wait for her.
Okay, so you waited 4 years. That's your testimony today before you filed your complaint for paternity?
No, I kept asking her, and I was trying to honor because I thought we were in a relationship, and I believed that I would be able to get paternity eventually.
4 years later, right? You asked.
Yes, sir.
You also.
One of the reasons why he didn't want you to know about why they actually broke up is because it was in January when he placed his hands around my client's neck and they separated.
I can accept. You asked me, hey, you're married? Yes. How do you expect me to
Because you're
enjoy
sitting up
being in a
there.
relationship with you?
Hey, you could have walked away then if that was the case. If that
What
was
did you end
that
up
bad,
doing?
you didn't.
What
I
did I
had
end
to
up
walk
doing?
away. I had to walk away. Like you had to lie about this.
And because you're right.
Yeah.
I was so stuck and so I cared about you to the point where I was like, you know what? He's gonna change. He's gonna change. We can fix it. We can fix it. He's gonna change. She's gonna change. And that's what I held on to. So you're right. If you didn't walk away, I would have never walked away from you.
But because I refused to allow that and stay with that, they punished me by saying, well, you don't deserve to have your rights to be a father honored. And we're going to come in here and we're going to destroy your character. We're going to force you to pay this large sum of money and support everything and only give you 80 hours of what you're doing that for. FYI, on average, it's about 730 hours in a month. And they were telling me I only got 80 hours to be in this child's life. So, you know, that's what I was supposed to be a father in. And yet, you know, it was allowed due to what the lawyer was doing. The lies, the false claim, the attempts to exhaust me, the intimidation, and then playing the victim. Scripture, it tells us,
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and adulteress, a man's wife, preys on your very life. And
all I saw was a woman trying to destroy everything that I built up. And all I was doing was trying to be the father of my child and show the court that the only reason that me and this person was tangled up is because she lied initially.
I can accept. You asked me, hey, you're married? Yes.
It's my fault. I hope this is a good example of why you need to do your due diligence. Glory be to the Most High. I was really spared, but once I saw that I made the mistake accepting the invitation from another man's wife, I have to accept the consequences of what I did. You know, she tried to destroy my life. So instead of sitting back crying and being, you know, upset, I had to disassociate from those emotions and that thinking, because I still have to understand that to bring the Most High glory, I can come out and help other brothers understand that, hey, you don't see this example. You hear about it and you read it, but here's a clear example to hopefully assist you with staying, how they say, wiser than a serpent and purer than a dove. Now, the reason I chose to represent myself was due to having no trust in the system. And after my research and the experiences that I had with my ex-wife, it was like I was just gonna be signing a deal and play by the rules of the enemy. I reached out to lawyers for consultation, and one of them told me that I just had to play the game. I was just like, no, like if I gotta lie just to be in my child's life, I don't think that I need to be in this child's life. This isn't how it works. So that's the reason I chose to represent myself. And speaking of playing a game, it reminds me of one of my favorite movies called Molly Game. Check this out.
Flew here Wednesday and met with 5 attorneys yesterday.
I see. You didn't hire any of them?
3 of them have already been taken.
Yeah, 31 people were named in your indictment by Friday for criminal lawyers. What about the other 2?
One told me money was his second favorite form of payment.
I know.
The 5th was also taken, but he recommended I call you.
Why?
I told him I wanted someone who worked in the prosecutor's office and wasn't even a little bit shady.
Why?
I told him I wanted someone who worked in the prosecutor's office and wasn't even a little bit shady.
This movie, it came out when Black Panther came out, and a lot of people was clamoring over Black Panther, but I think in Molly Game, the actor, he was a better representation of a black hero. He happened to be a lawyer who he had like boundaries, and he was sought out, and it impressed me that he was the only one that this woman, Molly, was willing to go and be his client because of the morals. I love that part of it. It also showed me, because after I did a couple consultations, like I said, I didn't have much time to go and like scour the earth for the perfect lawyer. So I just put faith in the Most High, put faith through him working through me. So I was able to step up and represent myself. I also believe that I was coming with the truth. Yes, attorney can come and speak all these untruths all they want, but if the accused individual show proof disproving all that was alleged, then there should be a knock on the one who's speaking these allegations, right?
The reason why he didn't want you to know about why they actually broke up is because it was in January when he placed his hands around my client's neck and they separated. There is no criminal matter on that.
The accuser didn't have to confirm any of these crimes, but they were allowed to place the crimes in the final order and have the judge sign off on it. This showed me the people who was controlling the system were authors of confusion, because I was questioning like, yo, yeah, I know we both are in the wrong, but where are you saying that I don't deserve? Because they say, you know, in the statutes that, you know, it should be assumed that I should come in with 50-50, at least 50-50. For me to only get 80 hours out of 730, why am I confused when I got all the evidence showing that this is who I am and this is what was going on? And with that being said, that allowed me to get on my purpose. I can stand here with documentation showing that I went through and stood alone in the furnace with no one but the Most High and his guidance. With all the power given by the system to those in charge, I was violated by this judicial process. I heard the stories of the fathers getting shafted, but because I wasn't there, I always looked down on them, because I always figured, man, it was something that they didn't have in order. But I was proving that, hey, mothers are favored. And when I look at it to wonder why, because it has to be a why. That's where the scripture come in, and it tells us that, you know, we are not wrestling against flesh, but spirits and principalities. And what are these spirits and principalities fighting against? It's not me. It's the Most High. So when I recognized that, I was like, oh, that's why they're giving it to the mothers. Because if Jezebel is leading your child, hey, she's only doing it out of her emotions and out of, you know, her own evil intentions. The cussing case that was going on with my ex-wife, please stay tuned for that video series where I talk about parental alienation. After seeing how both individuals was being favored when all the evidence proved that they should have been considered unfit, I believe that it was an opportunity to detail this process and really expose what goes on for my spiritual brothers, because there isn't enough representation that truly focus on maintaining your walk with the Most High when dealing with these issues. The enemy has exploited this custody situation to get those unknowingly to choose to operate in a way that wouldn't be pleasing to the Most High, to where Jezebel has to control. Refusing to play dirty, I can walk with my head high, because regardless of what the final order states, I know the Most High knows. I stood on business in the spiritual and the flesh. Unfortunately, I have to emerge without my son, and I always wondered why it had to be a lesson for Job to lose his children and still respect the Most High without question. I was allowed to experience this firsthand, and I want to help others understand as well. I will first state that it was a misconception of mine that he didn't question the Most High, because my biggest thing that was causing the issue was questioning why. But as I studied, I saw that, man, he questioned the Most High, asking him why he even allowed him to wake up yearning for death. I also recognize that what I want isn't always the will of the Most High, and I need to figure it out, because if I'm gonna go to war with God, then you know that I should go ahead and just play for the other teams. By shedding light on the reality of listening to what is written and preventing these issues, instead of reacting, having to search for the Most High after you find yourself in the thickness of sin, I hope you find this valuable. Also, by understanding that if one plays by his rules, God's rules, the Most High's rules, Yahweh rules, it could avoid a lot of the pain that one would have to endure leaning into his own understanding, which leads to death. How I find peace knowing that I was violated by the judicial process is accepting that I wasn't this poor victim and that I allowed this woman in. I accepted her invite, laid it by my list. I find peace knowing that the Most High, He pulled me out just in time to where I was able to recognize what was going on and put me on this path to where my life isn't ruined. Like, the life that I thought I was living was ruined, but He tells you, sleeping with a married woman, it will ruin your life. Like, that's death. So leaning into your own understanding, that's death. The wages of sin is death. So He saved me from that, and I want to take this time and take this experience and show you guys that, hey, this is what's out there, man. I chose to get involved with these women, have kids with them, and I was foolish enough to attempt to try to build off of that confusion.
If I'm trying to get back with you, just come on, man. What can I do? What can I fucking do? Help me out with that. What can I do knowing if that's my son or not?
That's true or not?
Hey, that's
Are you talking about me or not? Do you love me or do you not love me?
And it wasn't until this case started in October and now post December 12th that he's actually had time with the child, correct?
Correct.
So if I was foolish enough to continue to fight in a system that I was just poor, that was poor representation of what they claim is the justice system, I will only be asking to be tortured because I'm too busy trusting in man who clearly don't understand the Most High. Another thing is also understanding that
the treasure of wickedness profits nothing, but righteousness delivered from death.
Untruth's place in the final orders by the lawyer actually gave me enough understanding that if he can do this and say all that he said, why continue to fight with where these people have taken oaths to uphold the truth clearly or allowed to play by different rules? If I get caught lying, I'm going to jail, but they got all the tricks and plays to keep them from being proven a liar.
Get a good read. You're going to need it. Steam shaking. Steam shaking. I'm pro se, baby. You got the years. You got the years. Come on.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
And you be talking to me and I don't do it.
This is exactly.
You're right.
This is what I do. Watch your step, fool.
I am.
Watch your step, fool.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
This is you.
Calm down.
This is what you got representing you.
Don't do that. Jesus
Come on.
Christ.
This is what you got representing you.
Jesus, he fired up.
Yeah, he's
Jesus Christ.
against the process. A process. Come on, man. You're a clown.
You testified that you've been harassed constantly, correct?
Yes, sir.
Outside of this court, after the last hearing, when we were waiting to exchange books, did you call counsel a clown?
Yes, sir.
You did.
Did you approach counsel out and try to knuckle fist counsel after you called counsel a clown?
Yes.
Nothing further.
I'm sorry, you did what?
No, Your Honor. What he's doing is like when we stepped out there, he basically was trying to talk to me. I was like, I just need to.
No, that was what I asked him. We weren't trying to talk.
I just,
No,
what
he
did you,
was.
the knuckle thing I didn't understand.
No, like he was talking, I did that. I was like, good stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Any other questions?
Nope, not right now.
Anything,
When I have my
anything else you need to indicate as a result of that?
Oh no, like basically, I have the.
So yes.
Oh yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. He basically was, trying to intimidate me, and he said that I called him a clown, but he called me a fool, and I also have it recorded. So I don't want to waste time on that, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
We can waste some of that, Your Honor. We can ask him. Did you approach counsel and call counsel a clown, right? You initiated that conversation.
No, I didn't. Okay.
You initiated that conversation.
Okay.
Let the record reflect his answer.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Step up.
Here you go. You can see that this guy is lying. You can see that SM2 was lying. All of that. And yet, I'm sitting up here and I'm having to pay a large amount, not be in my child's life. And they was trying to fleece me for a large amount and put me in a situation where I'll be a slave for the rest of my life. And that's just crazy. Even after child support, I'll be paying whatever that amount that they was trying to get me to pay. Those who buy into this process of doing business like this, like I said, it's no malice, but we aren't the same. I chose to live in truth, and if one is placed in this position,
what would profit a man to gain the world but lose your soul?
This is where the free will come into play. You have the lead attorney explaining to you how things go down. You have your brother here who is taking the time to show you how the system violated me and was allowed to. Spiritually, they want to antagonize to where you crashing out or sending yourself to the upper room because you realize that the truth of the matter of what you were dealing with a little too late. Pray for the discernment and confirm for yourself. Take time to understand where you're at. I heard Corey Holcomb, is a comedian, break down the current landscape of marriage and how it should go in today's society.
If you want to have a ceremony where some preacher that you choose marries you and you guys sit down and come up with a plan on what you want to do for each other, because if you love somebody and they're your queen, if something happened to you, which is something that can, it's not like you don't live forever. If something happened to me, I want her to be able to go with this. You can come up with that paperwork and it's more solid than a marriage license. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
Like a contract.
Yeah, it's a contract.
Really, marriage is a business.
It's a business of the government because once they decided to interact into marriage, back in the day, man, woman, God, that's what marriage was about. But now you fill out paperwork and that paperwork is the devil. Because it's just like when you buy a house. You pay off the house. Every year, then people like, hey, we still need this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't never own it. That's how you want with your marriage. You don't never own it. You can have all that written out where y'all are solid. I'm talking about it's better than the other way if you ask me, because the other way, if y'all decide to not be married, not y'all, to anybody, people can get destroyed. Because I tell you what, I'm destroyed. When I got divorced, financially is I got married and I'm not married no more, and that's count for me.
You got married young?
I didn't get married young. I got married at 30. So me being one of the statistics out here, it makes me feel like I failed.
Like I say, one must use discernment when listening to anyone. So if you aren't able to receive these nuggets, then let it fly. I would do a deeper dive in later videos to truly show how it lines up with the Most High. And finally, I freed my son from being used as a weapon to hurt me. The reason I did this set of videos first is because I really see my youngest as the one who got hurt in all of this mess. Doing these videos, I feel like it will help others, and the energy that I got from him will be used to create something that will be helpful for all. To conclude, well, it is written,
None calleth for justice, not any. Pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity, and they speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
They were prophesying this about how corrupt those dealing with the matter of justice believed and allowed this behavior. Told you about my experience in the line den, dealing with the lawyer during this judicial process. I've gone over ways that they are allowed to violate you judicially. I broke down a couple of the tricks that I've noticed they use to try to railroad you. I also gave my perspective of the recipient of those unethical practices, and I finished off with how I found peace knowing that I was violated by the judicial process that we have been raised to place our blind faith into. This advice is for those who are living according to the scriptures.
His people perish for lack of knowledge.
This is spiritual, and the enemy we fight is not flesh. The attorney was just under the influence of this antagonizing spirit and was trying to invoke that crash out spirit within me. Didn't allow it to control me entirely, but I've shown you how even that little bit that I gave them, they were able to use as ammo to violate me even further. Must cover yourself, and if you come to any dealings with these people who are allowing themselves to be used to cause destruction, walk away. If you aren't able to control yourself, run. Do whatever you can to remind you not to agree with these spirits, because they don't like you. This lawyer didn't mind destroying this young child's future for a woman he knew that was lying and willing to be trained up to be able to come in court to take from someone who only wanted to take care of his son.
Ill motives and bad intentions to even come in here and do all of this, which will show that she's doing it in bad faith. I have honored the temporary orders. I have set up medical and dental care for our sons. I paid the child support while keeping communication clear on my end. yet I'm still forced to come in here and fight for my son's rights against someone who's willing to lie under oath to do whatever to destroy what will be clearly the best interest of our son. The evidence will show that I'm the parent who's the peacemaker. I'm and mom and her team are in violation of NSO 199.145. With this said, please listen throughout to see and hear how our son has been a priority for me throughout his life. I gave the benefit of the doubt to his mom, and I believe that we were working towards the same goal. And once I realized that it wasn't, I figured out a way to ensure that I can save our son from having a life of chaos and confusion. That will be what's in the best interest of our son, and he will only have this chance if I'm given what I'm requesting and not allowed to be punished by mom, who only cares to destroy everyone around her that doesn't make her a priority. Your Honor, I stand before you in a court of fairness and equity. You're in a position to grant me the ability to be able to raise and prepare our son to know a healthy and prosperous life due to the vindictive nature of mom. I find myself here in court fighting for our son's life. I'm ready to show why it would be in the best interest of our son and for me to oversee this effort. Thank you for this opportunity, and I'm prepared to move.
Yes, if you fall for the tricks, you will have to deal with the consequences. But know, the Most High is here with you. The next time that test come around, learn from the previous mistakes and move accordingly.
Thank you for being here. It's your boy Macro. This is Peace Beyond Understanding.
Hope this video and those to come assist you in your walk. Share it with others you believe may benefit from this. And if you like it, let me know in the comments. Link and info on how you can support the channel is down there in the description. Until next time.
Put the Most High first. Know your worth and stay humble.
Yeah, hustle. Garbage to avoid dissension, want you to ignore him. Need the scripture better alone, yeah, you was a starving. Some information on the nation, history is fraudulent. It got me like, dang man, how to let them know. Amazing easily, they are giving up their soul. Today I'm up, they wanna see me low. Want me busting through the door with the fofo. There you go, yeah, I know. People gonna talk, yeah, they wanna hit me low. He took my co-star, I guess he don't know. My see my question, why dad never show. A shame what we claim is value ain't worth a thing. No playing for my kids, but I'm not going insane. It got me like, dang man, this world is off the chain. It's time for a change, we only talk if you can hang. Understand, I let you know my vision when I grip it. If you listen when I spit it, spot the scripture, yeah, I live it. I don't have a foe, he crossed, yeah, I know. I didn't die, make me stronger, move the snake and grow. Hustle, the point of making music, help you get up and go. She won't come for what it's like, unacceptable. Simple, yeah, man, that's a Russell. Bet on black, my correction, call me loco. Cause I protect my soul like a boss spiritual. Cutting through the fluff, silence the boss soul. Direct thoughts, ain't trying to tussle. Gotta get it. Everybody wish but don't wanna do the work to get a million. It got me like, dang, man, these boys talking silly. They be like, dang, you believe us, man, really? I wanna run the city with all that I know. View me as a public enemy, label me a foe. Still, I have control from within the shadow. Hate a meaning good and ain't talking about no dough. Hold up, I wanna explain as I scroll through the scripture. Misconception with the word, let's start with forgiveness. They tell you to revenge, avoid the pain, you must flip it. Except you was a sport to find a whole